Hi, my name is Aaron Cass, Chief Instructor at Portsmouth Aikido, and I'm here today to share 10 simple steps on how to make a bigger, better dojo. So I took over the dojo about 12 years ago, and at the time we were small, we were renting a space at the YMCA, we were sort of, making ends meet, but definitely had a lot of room to grow. And these 10 tips are things that I wish I had known then, so I hope you find them useful now. First off, you have to have a vision. You have to see what you want the dojo to be and also see where you're at now. So start off and just take a minute and think to yourself, where would I like to be in a year, 3 years, 5 years? Try to imagine, your dream. Dream big. Don't be realistic at this point. Just think, where would I like to go? What would I like this dojo to be? Step 2, get reviews. So a lot of the times when people are searching for you on the internet, the first thing they see is a Google search result, or if they're on Facebook, they see the Facebook page. Both of those have the little 5-star reviews, and you should definitely have 5 stars. Not only that, you should have many, many people saying how great you are. And for other businesses like restaurants, this might be a difficult thing because you have random people coming off the street that you're serving. At your dojo, your students better love and appreciate what they're doing there. They're giving up their free time to be with you and study whatever art you're offering. So ask them for their input, and I've found that it's a really mutually positive experience. You benefit because they're saying great things about your dojo, and they feel good because they get to contribute and say the things that they like about you. And I've found out that in that process you often hear a bunch of things that maybe you didn't know before. So anyway, it really is a win-win when people review your dojo. Ask for it. Step 3, you need a responsive website. You need a website. I hope you have a website. If you're building a website, make sure it's responsive. If you have no idea what that means, simply what it is that when you are using a website, that if the screen is this big, it adjusts to a screen this big. If they're looking at a device, it adjusts to a screen this big. I found out about this the hard way, which is that we had a non-responsive website. And it was well designed, I made it myself, it looked nice, everybody said good things about it. And then I kept getting these emails that said something like, "Hey, I saw your site, it looks great. When do you practice? What are your hours?" Or "How do I join?" And after hearing that a few times, I sort of realized, what I did wasn't working. And what I realized is that basically I had made a page that looked great on my computer screen, and then when you rendered it to something that was this big, everything was indecipherable, and they couldn't find the buttons and they couldn't read the text, so it wasn't working. So I switched over and built a website using responsive design. Just find out if yours is responsive or not, and make sure that you have clear, simple content that lets them know just what they're looking for, which is probably something like, who are you? Where are you? What do you have to offer? How do I join? Keep it simple. Just provide them the information that they're looking for. Step 4, get them in uniforms. You need to have everybody that comes to train with you wearing a uniform. Sure, if somebody's going to try a class, you don't need to give them one then, but if you have anybody that's coming onto the mat for a beginner's course, for some sort of 1-month special offer, or to join as a member, find a way to get them in a uniform. It prevents you from having that barrier of, do I want to join? Do I want to commit? Do I need a uniform for this? Give them the uniform up front, find a way to work it into whatever you have to offer, and then you don't have that hurdle to clear later. For us, we found a reputable vendor that had good uniforms at a good price, and we ordered a whole bunch of them, keep them in stock, and every time we have somebody join a beginner's class or join as a member, we give them a uniform and it's rolled into whatever fees they're already paying. So there isn't some question mark about it, it's just built in, and it's really helped us. We used to do our beginner's courses where we didn't do that, and you'd have about half the class wearing a uniform, half the class not wearing a uniform, and it was just sort of awkward for everyone. In this case, you give them the uniform and you've already taken care of that. So make sure you do that one. And don't forget to get a wholesale account. That'll help you bring the prices down and make it easy to do. Step 5, auto pay. We debated this for a long time saying, it's going to make us feel less personal and blah, blah, blah. Just do it. It cost a little bit extra each month, but we paid that off almost instantaneously by having a whole bunch of people that pay monthly without even thinking about it. It's easier for us, it's cheaper for them because we offer a $5 a month discount, so it benefits everybody, and in the end it has just paid itself off times and times over because it prevents you from having that conversation with the student you haven't seen in a couple of months, and can I get that? Save yourself from that. As the instructor, you don't want to be talking to people about money and hassling them for dues. You want to be talking to them about whatever great art you have to share. Spend your time there, sign them up on autopay, and even when they do it, I let them know. I say, this is easier for us. If you'd be willing to do it, it's really helpful. And they usually say, oh yeah, that's easier for me too. So I found that to be a real plus for everybody. Step 6, be welcoming. When people first come into a dojo, it's scary. I've trained for 23 years, and if I go to a new dojo, it's still a little bit of a nervous experience for me because I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what they do, are these people safe, are they going to be crazy? I don't know, it's the martial arts, what are you going to do? But when you reach out at that first step that you see them come in the door and say, hi there, welcome to my dojo, bring them on in, have them sit down, make them comfortable, and just let them know right off the bat that you are a welcoming place that wants people there. I find that this is a really simple step, and it makes people feel comfortable right off the bat and gets the conversation going wherever it needs to. Step number 7, be responsive. Every time that you get an inquiry, either by email or by phone, make sure you get back to them within 24 hours, period. People have questions for you, and if you get back to them promptly and do a nice job of it, they're much more likely to want to engage with you and find out. Customer service in this basic sense is really useful because it starts a conversation, and whatever questions they have, make sure that you're answering those questions. Don't just tell them whatever sales pitch you may have. Listen to their questions, answer their questions, and then after that, make sure you open the door and let them know, oh, if you're interested, come watch a class. Oh, okay, why don't you come try a class, or here's how you sign up. It can be that easy. Just make sure you leave the door open for them in your response. Step number 8, say yes. I learned this one pretty quickly because I didn't know what I was doing. I took over when I was relatively young, and I still wanted to be successful, and I tried to make use of everything that was around me. So, for example, one day, I had some new kids join the program, and their dad turned to me and said, hey, I build apps for a living. Would you like an app for anything? And I said, yes. Hold on a minute and let me think about it so I can let you know what it is. And eventually that turned into what is now our attendance app. So he made it, it was easy for him, he was happy to do it, he offered it, and I said yes. And this has led to, if you've ever had to deal with this, I don't have to deal with attendance cards, I don't have to deal with spreadsheets. It's all gone, it's in a simple app, it made life easy for me. So say yes when you have those opportunities. Ask for help and delegate. This one, again, if you're a busy person, don't do everything yourself. Make sure that you are always spreading the wealth. So really I mean that in that when you have people contributing to a dojo, they feel good about it. And I promise that if you have a positive atmosphere and a dojo that people are supportive of, they want to help out in some, material way. So give them that opportunity by either asking for something. Like for us, we became a 501c3 and we needed a lawyer to help us through the paperwork. I asked a bunch of people, somebody said, oh yeah, I do business with a guy and he owes me one and he happens to be a lawyer. So guess what? He did all of our paperwork for us. It was that easy. Sometimes just being willing to ask and opening things up really can move things along. And if you try to do too much on your own, you'll get tired, you'll get resentful, you'll get unpleasant. So that doesn't work for anybody. Step 10, say thank you. However far you've come, I promise you didn't make it here on your own. I know that I couldn't have done 9/10 of what I've done without lots and lots of help and support and advice from the people around me, and I'm very grateful for it. So take every opportunity you have to say thank you to those people and just acknowledge them. Sometimes it's as simple as just shooting off a quick email, sometimes I write them a card, sometimes I'll buy them a gift, and bottom line, just say thank you. It's probably the most common thing I type into my phone. It tends to autofill for me, so I know that I do it a lot. It feels good to me because I can acknowledge them for helping, and they feel good because they've made a contribution. So on that note, thank you for watching. Alright, here's a little recap to review. Number 1, see it. If you have a clear vision of where you'd like to go, you're much more likely to get there. Number 2, get reviews. Google and Facebook are free, and your students will probably be happy to tell you all about the great things you do. Number 3, get a responsive website. Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, there's lots of them out there. Just Google it and you'll find out. Number 4, get them in uniforms. We use AWMA. There's all sorts of suppliers out there, but find some place that'll give you a wholesale discount so you can keep them in stock at not too much of a cost. Number 5, use AutoPay. There's lots of ways to do this. We use Affiliated Acceptance Corporation. PayPal is also another way to do it, and you can set it for recurring payments. Number 6, be welcoming. Reach out, let them know that you want them there, and they'll reciprocate. Number 7, be responsive. Make sure to get back to everybody that's newly inquiring to the dojo in 24 hours. Number 8, say yes. People want to give back, they want to help you, so find a way to make that happen. Number 9, ask for help and delegate. Don't do it all yourself, it makes you tired and doesn't feel so good. Number 10, this one's obvious. Say thank you. Just find a way. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. My email is below, and I'll do what I can to help out. I know a lot of people have helped me, so this is my way of passing it forward, and I hope it's been a use for you. Thank you.